Bush city life. It's aspirational for some. Is the reality same as the dream when living in the bush, living in the city bush?
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Now, I don't want to start off on a negative note. I want to be as balanced as we can on this story. But Michael, you've had
This already
some troubles
exploded.
lately. You've had some troubles. You've had some big troubles physically because
I
you
have.
live in the bush.
Yes.
And I don't want to sound like I'm enjoying this too much, so I'll
Yeah.
pipe down a little bit on it. But what happened to you, Michael?
It's hard with a smile on your face, I think, to remain you.
What happened, Michael? You've been to the doctors. You've been taking other people from the office into the toilet to report how you're physically going. What happened? What happened?
Unfortunately, the joys of living in the bush, I trod on a tick nest and had a lot of ticks run up my leg. And unbeknownst to me at the time, and a day later found out that my whole leg had ticks all over it.
Did you give it to your partner?
No, she's away at the moment, fortunately.
Man, you count yourself lucky.
Yeah, very much so.
So, how do you tread on it? This is just one of those things us Northern Beaches and city people on most part are not used to. How do you do that?
I don't know. I still don't know. It's never happened to me before. It's not happened to anyone that I know of in terms of the way it happened to me, but such is life.
And you had shoes on?
I had shoes on, long pants and everything. We're losing Mark there.
So you're in a bush house.
I do.
And what were you doing?
I'm pulling out a lantana plant underneath the house.
So you were feeling pretty strong on that time, like pretty pumped. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to be productive, clean the house, get under the house, clean the stuff. And did
Correct.
you feel the ticks go up your leg?
No, I did not.
Anyway, I'll unpack a little bit more in a second. But what we wanted to talk about today was it's quite aspirational for some people to live in a city, a lot of concrete. There's some aspirational for some people to live on a farm, in the bush, trees all around you. We wanted to cover the bush part of real estate today, and it is there in most suburbs. You will or can get houses that are adjoining, reserves or sort of in the bush. You're in where in the Northern Beaches?
I'm up towards the top of Northern Beach near Bayview, and yes, with reserves and all that around as well. And that's the thing. I think we're quite fortunate in Northern Beaches. We're one of the few spots left that's still suburbia, but still surrounded by bushland as well. And like you said, that's you got to take with a grain of salt because there's pros and cons that come with it.
Tell us about the pros.
Pros. So if you're an individual that likes your own space, that likes, especially the nature of our work, it's a very busy hustle and bustle, always going. So someone that's a busy individual that likes a bit of, I don't know what the word for it would be, but relaxation when they go home, it's brilliant. And also people that just like nature as well. Some people love. Sorry. Yeah, and
having zen moments.
Correct. And some people love the concrete jungle, and it depends on the individual that you are, because the benefit of it is you're further away and you're a bit more tucked away, a bit more private from people. But the flip side is you got to jump in your car when you want to go somewhere, versus somewhere like the city, you walk out on your front doorstep and absolutely everything's there. And I can tell you now, you speak to one person, they'll say very strongly, oh, I love it like this. I love being in the city. And you speak to another and they go, oh, I couldn't imagine living in the city. I find people aren't on the fence with it. I find people very strongly one way or the other.
So what made you guys want to live? So just to give the setting for everyone there,
Yeah.
you could basically walk around naked all around your house, no one looking in, trees all around, slightly sloping block, 2-story home. What made you buy bush in the city?
Get the best of both worlds. You're still 2 minutes. It's not like you mentioned at the beginning, where you got rural and you got to drive half an hour to go to your closest shopping centre and everything's far away. We're still 2 minutes away from everything, yet you get the benefits of living far further away as well.
And you get sort of friends and family coming over going, man, this is the coolest, private. What do people say?
Yeah, once again, if there's someone that's already that, people don't change their mind on it. If someone's already that way inclined, yep, they love it. Other people go, oh, I couldn't imagine being this far away. I need to be in the middle of everything. Like our closest sort of mini city centre where we're at Mona Vale, and people want to be near the hub of Mona Vale there. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like for you, for example, you guys live in the middle of suburbia, the middle of where it's all happening. What made you guys choose that?
I just think we yearned for convenience, that practicality side of it. But bush is interesting. Bush, it's almost, I don't know. Do you think it's a period in your life where people go bush, or do you think they are just bush from beginning to end of their life?
I think beginning to end. I think it can slightly sway as you get to a different stage in your life. Like for example, how you maybe getting a little bit older, you go, oh, we had the big house, we were all tucked away. Now we don't want to be doing that anymore. We want to be able to walk to the shops, not get in the car. So I think it is potentially the stage in your life. But overall, I think it's within. You're one way or the other, and you tend to stick with it.
Okay, real quick questions. Is bush good for babies?
Good for babies?
Yeah. Like when you bring up your kids, is it going to be just a fantastic setting, or is it going to be a little bit harder?
I think it'd be good.
And bush, things that you know about the bush now, because you've been there a good part of how many years?
Well, I've lived in sort of a semi-bush setting when I was living at home with my parents anyway for all my life. So my whole life.
Now, going solo, what did you find about bush that you hadn't considered? Ticks is one of them, which we started off this episode on. If you've just tuned in, what else have you had you not considered benefits, goods and bads?
Not considered. It was everything I thought it would be, but everything amplified. All the goods were amplified, all the bads were amplified. That's more what I found. So all the individual things I thought would be good, such as the privacy, this and that, were great and better than what I was hoping for. And then all the extra maintenance and all that, what I was expecting, was just more than what I was expecting and hoping for.
Yeah, stunning.
Yeah.
And will you ever change the house, do you reckon, or you'll stick with this fella?
Oh, eventually down the track, but very, very happy. I think to chop and change, especially with your primary place of residence, to stay in somewhere for a period of time is where you get the most benefit. Luke loves the city.
He loves the city. And you're going to stick with the bush?
I think so. Even after my most recent experience, hasn't swayed me.
How many ticks do you reckon you got on you?
I reckon I had about 50 on me. All the little ones as well. You can't even barely see them, but you can definitely feel them.
I don't think I've had a tick. I don't think I've had a tick. Yeah, right. So they're just all over. Eh?
Yeah. I've had ticks in the past, but not for a very long time. But nothing like this.
Wow. Termites.
Termites. So that's another thing. If you're living in the bush, you've got to be very onto it with your termite prevention and also like maintenance, and you can't just sit on your haunches and wait for it. If you do the right thing, you get someone out to regularly check it, you keep under your house clean, which sometimes comes at a cost, then you're good. If you just sit and let sort of like all the leaves build up and all that sort of stuff as well, and you don't maintain your home, that's when you leave yourself at risk. Versus obviously living in, let's say, a unit in the middle of a concrete jungle, it's not a concern whatsoever.
And Lisa said you've started a new service at Novak.
Yeah, I'm an expert.
Wow. So in conclusion, before we go, top 3 things good, top 3 things bad for bush living in the city that people may not know.
There's no hidden good or bad things about it. It's what you'd expect it to be. Good thing, privacy, quietness, like you said, that bit of zen with it. Bad things, additional maintenance a bit further away, and you can step on ticks.
Yeah, got it. And tying this back to real estate, did you find you had to pay a premium for the privilege of going bush? Did you find you got it for a little bit cheaper for going bush?
I think it's suburb on suburb dependent, and it's dependent on the land as well. Like if you're getting something in the bush with a massive block of land, like out in Belrose, we've sold properties like 5-acre properties and stuff, and Duffy's Forest and all that. They're bush, but they're big blocks of land, and you're paying a huge premium for them because they have land in the middle of the bush, but also to be in the northern beaches is big money. Versus if you're getting something on a smaller block, maybe not as usable block, you're going to save yourself. There we go, lifestyle excellent. You're going to save yourself a bit of money there as well. So it's case by case. But once again, what people pay for when they're going for a property, if there's privacy, of course, you've got to pay for it. If there's a bit of an outlook, you've got to pay for it. But you're going to save money because it's further away and people pay for convenience as well. So you've got to weigh them all up.
Chris Hemsworth lives in the bush.
There we go. If it's good enough for Chris, it's good enough for me.
Michael's been getting this a bit lately, guys and girls. He's been getting just bumping him up at the moment, but he's been getting told that he's got a bit of Chris Hemsworth going on.
I don't know who said that. I don't like to say that.
A lot more people than that we like to tell Michael about, but there's more than half a dozen. But well done to Chris Hemsworth and to Michael Silich. So guys and girls, that's our cover today on going bush in the city, and it doesn't sound attractive to me, although I do like bush, but not in the city. But it works for thousands and millions of people out there. It's a healthy life. You'd have to have better air there as well, wouldn't you?
Oh, 100%. Guaranteed. All scientifically proven.
Yeah. But,
probably. One would assume.
The cost as well is in there'd be more time, which you actually enjoy. You like getting out the blower and the blaster and the...
Correct. And that's what I'm saying. You're already one way disposed to it. You're either all for it or all against it. And I don't think there's really many people that are in between. You really got to, and I think it's part of your upbringing as well. If someone's been brought up that lives that sort of urban lifestyle, they're going to want that. Someone that's been brought up in the bush, like you get a country boy that's grown out in like far western New South Wales out on the farm. You put him in the city, he's not going to know what to do. So I think it's a lot of where you're brought up.
Amplification of the bush, guys and girls. It's a thing. It's real. Capital growth is good. In bush places in the city, they do well. And mate, thanks for sharing it with us today. Sorry to get personal about your ticks.
That's all right. Just a little bit painful.
How long until they're all gone?
I don't know. Stay tuned. I'm still coming into work today. Don't worry, boss.
So did they just off topic a little bit?
Yeah.
How do you know you got them? Like, you don't know you got them all, and then they grow a little bit more, and then you go, oh, there it is.
Yeah, because these ones are very, very small, so it's sort of just hit and miss depending where you start getting a red spot on you.
So they're like baby ticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you spray for ticks?
Sorry?
Can you spray your house for ticks?
In theory, I've never had an issue in the actual house itself or around the house. It's only when you're running around in the bush, in the actual bush part itself.
Does your partner love bush?
Yes. Yes, she does. We both like it. And once again, you got to be, there we go. You can spray for ticks. Thank you, Louina. Yeah. you got to be on the same page with that as well. Because if one partner wants to live city, one partner wants to live bush, it's always going to be a tough one, and it's always going to be a constant struggle. Got to be on the same page.
Lisa Novak just made a joke that I took a while for me to get, saying you're the closest thing to TikTok. As in tick.
Yeah, I got it.
Have a good morning, everyone.
On that note,
Thanks,
thanks
Michael.
Scott.
Good luck. Go Bush. See ya. Have a happy Easter.
Happy Easter. See ya.
See ya.